let's head on to the buzz of this week in software industry. So PyTorch has finally been updated to PyTorch 1.5. The key highlight is inclusion of C++ front-end API, which is now stable and at parity with Python. This update also includes 100% coverage and docs for C++ Torch NN module, C optimizers that behave as the same Python equivalent. The release also addresses the lack of tensor multidim indexing API in C++. Additionally, Python 2 is no longer supported, and going forward, support will be limited to only Python 3. So, we have a very exciting news from Ubuntu. Ubuntu 20.04 LTS version was released yesterday with a particular focus on security and performance. Ubuntu 20.04 aka Focal Fossa is now based on November 2019's Linux 5.4 kernel. Kernel lockdown mode is now available, and finally, thanks to Microsoft, now Ubuntu supports extended FAT file system for Linux kernel. Apart from this, it is a major update for desktop, server and cloud users. Like always, there will be a link in the description that will contain all the features and updates. Another major release for the week was Node.js version 14. The highlights in this release include improved diagnostics, an upgrade of V8, an experimental async local storage API, hardening of streams API, removal of experimental modules warning, and removal of some long deprecated APIs. The LTS version will be arriving later this year in October 2020. So start testing your applications and check out all the features. So Facebook has invested a whopping $5.7 billion for a 9.9% stake in Reliance Jio. Yeah, let that number sink in. $5.7 billion, making it the biggest minority stakeholder in the company. The big highlight here is that Facebook and Jio can come together on JioMart, an e-commerce business that can take advantage of WhatsApp. Jio is going to help Facebook in a lot of ways, and this is just an example. Although user privacy remains to be a major concern in this deal. Come on, we all know how privacy and Facebook don't go hand in hand. So Google on Thursday released the third Android 11 developer beta. It is only intended for the developers to use and to continue to test their applications while running the new operating system. The update also includes new features like wireless debugging via pairing code, with plans for a QR code feature in a future release of Android Studio. There's also an improved tool to give developers more information on why an app crashed or exits, thanks to a new exit reasons API. That was my time. If you are still confused about what to learn and how, feel free to book a slot on CourseVeda through Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp or through our website. All the links are mentioned in the description. I will try to be back next week with a few more updates. Till then, be safe, wash your hands, stay quarantined and keep aiming for excellence. Have a wonderful day. Bye bye.